Yes, Phillips. Yes, I was asked to introduce you as well. Yeah. Please, just say thanks. No, please, yeah. I'll introduce our last speaker. Sorry, Mr. Dow Phillips. Yeah, by all means, absolutely. Yes.
Not about. I have a question not about the open source and patents, but about ARM and Intel. So, yes. So from your point of view.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and really thanks for staying along till so late. Yes. My name is Adele. I'm a senior IP counsel at Philips, and I'm very happy today to discuss with you about policing trademarks in a digital world. Just to briefly give you the context, who I am and the company I work with. I'm a IP counsel. My background is, well, I'm a lawyer, so European trademark and design attorney. And before joining Philips, I was for 13 years within the Italian Ministry of Interior, and mainly my main responsibility was to work in brand protection together with the law enforcement agencies. So this is what I actually do in Philips, together with the IP creation activity. It means that every time we launch a product on the market, the business reaches out to us as IP department, and we protect the new baby. Can be a product, can be a service, with what we call integrated intellectual property protection. It means patent, design, trademarks, everything together to be ready to hit the market and to fight against infringers. You see, Signify. So I hope that it will make your time worthy and to know what it is, this new trademark. This is the new name of the Philips Lighting Holding BV. So starting from January 2019, Philips Lighting Holding BV will be renamed as Signify. It's just, let's say just, a company name change. It means that we will proudly use and of course protect the Philips brand, but together with other important brands that we want to build and to take in our portfolio. Policing trademarks. During these 10 minutes, we will briefly introduce what is the importance of policing trademarks in general, what means policing trademarks, and then deeply into the digital market, what are the challenges and the benefits in the social media and e-commerce, to conclude by providing you a very brief guidelines, and this is our point of view, how we operate to policing trademarks in the digital world. Policing trademarks means to regulate how a trademark is used, to search for misuses that can come from infringers, competitors, but also by ourselves, by the trademark owner or licensee or distributors. So searching really in a broader way. And finally, to actively enforce. This makes sense because unlikely to other intellectual property rights, trademarks are really different. We call them interesting IP rights because it's not only about the registration. You have always to monitor how they are used to avoid the misuse and, for instance, infringement in case of improper use or loss of value like dilution or cancellation action by competitors. And at the really worst case scenario that a trademark ceases functioning as a trademark in case of genericide. If a company as a trademark owner fails to police a trademark, of course the consequence is the loss of business income. If this is absolutely important in general, even in the digital world, really becomes essential. What you see here, it's a pretty, let's say, pretty famous trademark registered in the US, within the USPTO. This is the trademark as it is registered. And what is this? It's just fair use, it's infringement, it's parody. Let's see. In the digital market, a trademark owner, through the social media, can really have a strong impact, a massive impact on consumer. Yesterday we talked about influencer. This is what is called influencer marketing, and the partnership between brands and influencer marketing are becoming every day more important. This is a good way to work, a good way, let's say, to provide a trademark a secondary meaning every time the consumer has a voice, can really interact immediately with the brand through the social media. But what happens when a counterfeit really create disorder in this process? When social media platforms are used as channel for advertising counterfeit products, a typical case is the case of passing off fakes for real ones, and the consumer, of course, doesn't know that it's a fake, then in this case, the negative feedback from consumer attach and, of course, create a negative impact on the brand. We can't boil the ocean. What does it mean? It means that what we find on the digital world, it's huge. There are domain names, websites, web pages, so we cannot really work on all of this. We need to pick our fights, so select infringements. For instance, one really serious case of infringement is the case of typo squatting. Every time there is a registration of the domain names that reflects a typographical errors. We have this example. This is a very famous one. It was just a teenager, a Canadian teenager. He was having fun. He wanted to register a website for his part-time activity, but actually Microsoft didn't like it a lot, so the website was taken down. Domain, user, Facebook, Twitter handle squatted. This is another case that we find almost daily on the web. Username that reflects company name or registered trademark. Also in this case, this is another very famous example. In 2001, this sir wanted to, and he got it. But actually, people for ethical treatment of animals, PETA, they didn't like it a lot. So also in this case, there was a decision by the US Court of Appeals, and of course, the PETA organization, they won the case because of internet domain trademark infringement, trademark dilution, and the cyber squatting. Mainly, it was found that the sir filed in bad faith. But still, this is what we find in the digital world. So it's always challenging. To conclude, it's possible to police trademark, and we need to do that. We need every day to check as a trademark owner how and in which way our trademark is used. So it's important to develop a comprehensive social media marketing strategy that includes how a trademark must be used by the business in the digital world. Once we have done it, we have, of course, to monitor what is happening on the web, and I really suggest to use the tools and the terms of service that are available on the platform. It's not easy. Especially with Amazon, we are struggling a lot, but it's possible to do that, and it must be done. Last case, last advice, monitor, monitor, monitor. Always monitor the e-commerce platforms against counterfeits, brand abuser, licensee, and this is the most important activity that needed to be done. Marketing must be considered and treated as an extension of brand management, brand protection. This is how we consider important to protect our trademarks portfolio. Thank you. Now, good news, this was the last presentation of the day. So the team of the organizer told me to invite you all tomorrow for the social activity. Okay. The Starbucks logos, they were considered all as a parody. Although, as a lawyer, I would say it depends. We always need to check case by case what it is and what we want to do with it. If we just want to allow the use, or if we want to have no mercy and take down the website. Thank you.